Hey fellow gamers, welcome back to another episode of The Boardroom. My name is Sean. Today we are bringing you a list of what I feel should be your essential games in your collection. So these are 5 games that I feel that if you're going to start a gaming collection, or you have a gaming collection, or you just enjoy gaming, these are games you should have because they appeal to a very wide variety of audiences. And what I did is I kind of covered a couple different categories. So I took a category of gaming and I picked my favorite game, or if it's not my favorite game, because some of these aren't my favorite games, but the game that I feel you would enjoy the most or appeals to a very wide audience. So this is going to be an essential game. I know what you are thinking. If you are a fan of the Dice Tower, you're thinking, oh, you're copying the Dice Tower in their list. To be honest, I didn't even know about the Dice Tower until like yesterday or 2 days ago, and I binged watched all of their top 10 videos except the essentials because I'd already planned on doing this video. So if there's some overlap, I won't know that. But from all the other games that they've selected, it doesn't really seem like any of these are going to be on their essential gaming list. But that's okay. If you do like gaming quite a bit, go on over and check out the Dice Tower. Really great channel. It shows reviews, instructional videos, top 10 videos of games, all gaming stuff. It's a really great channel. It's pretty awesome. So go check out the Dice Tower. But let's get into my list for my, I'm not going to say top 5, but some of my essential games for a gamer. So like I said, I took categories of gaming, and the first category I took was dice games, because dice games are very popular. I enjoy dice games. So what I did is I took a game that was, I'm not going to say the most popular. It's a very good game. It's a very fun game. It's not the best game in the world, but it's very fun, but it will appeal to a very wide variety of people, and it is an essential dice game, I feel, if you're going to have a dice game in your collection. I went with zombie dice on this one. The reason I went with zombie dice, for all the reasons I've already stated, I kind of feel that it would appeal to a very variety of people, a wide spectrum of people. A lot of people like zombies. It's a really great game, really great theme. It is a horror-themed game to a little bit of an extent, but kids could pick this up and would still be fine. Literally, there's nothing wrong with it. All you're doing is rolling dice. There's no other mechanic to it. You are just rolling dice. It's very simple. I could also put this kind of as a party game, but I kind of put it as a dice game. I could have picked a little more complicated dice game. I probably could have picked like Elder Sign or something, but I really wanted to just, if you're going to dive into the hobby of gaming and you need a quick, just kind of a pick-me-up dice game that a lot of people can enjoy, can be taught very, very quickly, this is going to be a game you can rely on. This game, I can teach this game in 30 seconds. It is so easy to play and so easy to teach, and it's very, very fun. It does get its intense moments. It's a very, very fun game. Zombie dice. The next category that I wanted to dive into was party games, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, he's going to pick Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples. No, I'm going to pick my favorite party game. This is by far my favorite party game. I've played it at parties. A lot of people think it's going to be really, really dumb, and then we end up playing it for hours because it is so much fun. I'm talking about The Resistance, a very famous game this day and age. A lot of people know this game. Very, very fun. It's all about deduction. Some people are loyal members of your team and other members are spies, and they're trying to take down the government, and you're trying to figure out who the spies are. Very, very fun game. I'm going to teach you guys how to play this in a future episode of The Boardroom. We're not going to do a playthrough because we need at least 5 people, so I'm just going to teach you how to play it, but it's going to be super duper fun when you play this game. You really should. It says for ages 13 and up. I don't think so. I think you could easily teach this to someone 8 years old to 10 years old and up. It's a really, really simple game. It's a talking game. There's not many mechanics involved at all. There's a couple cards, and that's about it. It's a very, very simple game. It's just a talking game and a deduction game. Very, very fun. The Resistance. The next game I selected came out of a classic game category. So this is a game, or this is a category of games that a lot of people are going to recognize the title, or a lot of people are going to have played before. This is a game you can take out because it's just a great game overall. It's always been a great game. It most likely will always be a great game. Just because a lot of people have played it, you can take it out. You don't have to really teach it because everybody knows it. And so this would be games like Monopoly or Sorry or Clue or Yahtzee, but I didn't pick any of those. And the reason is because those can get boring rather quickly, just because they're not exactly new games. So I went with a modern day classic, and what I consider this game is the modern day Monopoly, because it really is. I went with Settlers of Catan. Really awesome classic game. You have a hand of cards that are all resources, so wood, brick, grain, ore, wool, and what you're trying to do is trade these to other players, trade them to the bank, so you can build roads, cities, and settlements to get 10 points first. It's a very simple concept. The mechanics are easy. There's also a robber involved, and when he comes out, he can stop production from the tiles on the board that you own, or he can also steal cards from you. He can also allow you to steal cards from other players. So it's a really great game. Mechanics are really easy. There's reference sheets in here that help you, like little cheat sheets that help you remember what you need to buy things and to trade for. And it does require a little bit of setup, not much. I'd say less than 10 minutes, probably a little over 5 minutes for setup. Really great game, classic game. Many of you have probably played this game. I play it all the time. I love it. That is the Settlers of Catan. The next game I went for was a game out of the thematic category. And this is a game, or this is a category rather, that everything in there is very highly themed. There's a lot of flavor to the game. You can tell exactly what's going on. It's just great overall in theming. The theme adds to the game. It's not just like, oh, it's not like when they take Monopoly and they go, oh, it's the Simpsons version of Monopoly, so yeah. No, a true thematic game makes you feel like you're immersed in the game. And that's why I went for Betrayal at House on the Hill. This game is incredible. I love this game. It is by far one of my favorite games in my collection. And what you do in this game is you are taking on the role of an investigator. And what you're doing is you're going into this old decrepit house, because, you know, that's totally normal. And you are exploring this house. And as you explore, you are actually going to be uncovering rooms randomly. So every time you play, the room tiles come up randomly. So it's a different room or a different house every time you play. And then about halfway through the game, the haunt happens. And when the haunt happens, someone in the group is revealed as a traitor. No one in the group knows who the traitor is going to be. Not even the traitor knows if they're going to be the traitor. But then it becomes a combat game, and it becomes a game of true good versus evil, the traitor versus everybody else. It's a really great game, very, very fun game, very thematic. I mean, it feels like you're in this house, even though it's tiles that are, you know, pieces of cardboard basically. It's so immersive. You feel like you're in the house. You feel like these demons and werewolves and vampires are coming after you. It's just a great game. So if you need a thematic game, this is going to be the one you're going to need for your collection, and that is Betrayal at House on the Hill. The final category that I took a game from was cooperative, because not all the time you want to try to beat your opponent, and sometimes you really want to work with them and really try to complete a task with them. And so for a cooperative game, I picked the game that everyone loves, but I love it too. It's a really great game. A lot of people say it's overrated. I don't think so. I think it's just as great now as it was when it came out, and the expansions for it are even better. Not really expansions, they're just kind of remakes of the game, but I'm talking about the great Pandemic. Pandemic is a really awesome game. You are working together as a disease control team, trying to rid the world of disease and cure diseases before epidemics occur, and then eventual pandemics. So it's very, very fun. Literally, it's probably one of the most strategic games out there for cooperative games. You need a lot of strategy, and you really have to work together. You have only a certain amount of moves you can do per turn, and if you're not careful, you really are going to screw yourselves over at the end of this game. Very, very fun game. This would be at the top of my list for a cooperative game. If you need a cooperative game, this is going to be one of the best cooperative games out there, if not the best. So that is Pandemic. So that's going to do it for my top essential games that I feel you should have in your collection. All of these games are still available. Some of them are a little easier to find than others. Zombie Dice and Settlers of Catan and Pandemic are all available at Target. I found them at Target. It's really great to be able to find some of these really great games at these stores. So all three of those are available at Target and probably a couple other stores as well. Betrayal at House on the Hill is still available. It's probably just not as common as some of the other games. I ended up getting that one at a local gaming store. It was a private gaming store that gets their games from a third-party distributor. So it was a little bit tougher to find. Same with the Resistance. I got it from the same store. But, well, actually, no, I didn't get it. No, I didn't get the Resistance, but it did come from that store. It was a Secret Santa present for Christmas, but yeah, it came from the same store. So basically, all the games are still available. You might have to do a little bit of digging to find a good copy of it, but they're all worth it. You know, if you have to order them online, order them online. They're great games. These are essential games I feel you should have if you're going to be in gaming or if you're just getting into the hobby. So that being said, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. It does let me know that you want to see more videos. Please stay tuned for more episodes of The Boardroom, and follow the Collect the Magic channel for more Funko Pop videos, Vinylmation videos, all other toy types of videos. This is Collect the Magic saying thanks for watching, and have a magical day.